this ACT math question from December 2021. It was question number 14, and it said, what is the sum of the two solutions of the equation x squared minus 4x minus 45 equals 0? So we've got to look for the solutions of this equation. We know there are two. So we're going to start off by writing out this quadratic equation. It's set equal to 0. When I have something like this, I want to look at factoring this into two pieces. And so the way I always do it, I'm going to start with my two x's here. I look at the sign here. It's a negative. That tells me the signs are different. And the largest number is going to get a negative. So I'm going to put the negative there and the plus there in this case. I'm looking at the factors of 45, what multiplies to get 45, but we're going to subtract to get 4, and I think 45, I think 9 times 5, and 9 minus 5 is the 4. So these are our two factors, so we'll set each one of these equal to 0, and we get that x is equal to 9, and x plus 5 equals to 0, and x equals a negative 5. Now, let's go back to what our question is asking though, the sum of these two. So we're going to take 9 plus a negative 5, and that's going to give us 4, which is answer choice D. Now, a couple of things I want to point out in this question. Here's where we have the two solutions to this equation. And I just want you to note, look at our answer choices. We have a 9 right there, and we have the negative 5 right there. So you could be tempted to stop at that point when you see that you get a 9 and think, oh, there's my answer. But we need to make sure we're answering the question that they're asking, and that was for the sum. So those are not, the 9 or the negative 5 does not answer this particular question. Just be careful of that. So another thing to keep in mind, make sure that you do understand when we're asked to find the solution of the equation, this quadratic equation, and we call it quadratic because our highest power here on this variable is a 2. That's a quadratic. That what we're looking for is the factors, and we did that in this step here where we set up the binomials there. And then finally, making sure that we understand our keyword sum. Sum means to add, so that's why we added the 9 and the negative 5. If you need a little bit more help or want some more practice on these type of questions, make sure you look up the topic, Factoring a Quadratic. This is your math question of the day. We have lots more videos to help you prepare for the math section of the ACT. Subscribe so you'll get our next practice. Until then, practice a bit more on your own, and when you take the test, you'll be glad that you did.